Hello everyone, welcome back for some more thrift store finds. Let's go over what I found in the bargain bins this morning, starting with a nice big stack of a lot of young adult and teen fiction, a lot of 80s stuff, Best Friends, Don't Tell Lies, Stolen Kisses, a bunch of Sweet Valley High, that kind of thing. We have some My Crazy Cousin Courtney, so nice little stack of those. They were not library editions, they were good shape, so I went ahead and grabbed them. A few other odds and ends ones. We have A Scent of Murder, Paris, an early copy of Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think this is the third printing, so that was worth grabbing for like 10 cents. I don't know what this, but this looks like someone's having a romance with a Swamp Thing. We have Kent, Montana, and the Once and Future Thing, which is a bizarre one, and then a few young adult horror type fiction. One Fear Street, R.L. Stine, The Three Investigators, and a couple of these Blackstone Chronicles, Serial Terror. 3 out of 6 it looks like for the series. Couldn't find the other 3. That would have been really good. And then the big find was some really nice vintage fantasy books. These were fantastic. First we have Charles Nutzell's Warriors of Numas. And I was really excited to grab these just for a few pennies a piece by weight. Rune Sword, Volume 5. And then these, there were a couple more of these, but they were annihilated. They grabbed these 3 that were in good shape though. We have Time Machine, another one of these vintage kind of choose your own adventure type series. These were fantastic, finding these for like a few cents. It was number 1 especially, having that, The Secret of the Night, Mission to World War II, number 11, and number 15, Flame of the Inquisition. So those were very exciting. I was like, alright, my morning is already made. This is at least worth my time. And then digging around, I found 3 more, and boy did I keep digging because I wish there was more to find of these. I went to another thrift store as well, so I went to the bargain bins, found there's even more, it's still here. Went to another store, found a whole bunch of comics and all kinds of stuff. And these Wizards, Warriors, and You books, one of these will pay for my day, will pay for the entire trip. So I was really excited to find these. Like, this is just, book 2, book 7, and book 8. So I was like, okay, pop the 3 of these on the scale. It was like about 30 cents, and fantastic, just great. Really, really happy with those. I kept searching, and I was waiting around to see if maybe they'd bring out more bins. It looked like it was going to be a long time coming, so we'll see when I go back, maybe over the weekend. And then I found a few odds and ends things. We have charms and spells, formulas, a few Pennsylvania Dutch vintage cookbooks. Those will be like an Etsy thing, and a Sears catalog in half decent shape. Old catalogs really do well. Surprisingly, people like to cut them out, or some people have them for a vintage kind of nostalgic look. Other people will keep it and maybe as a reference guide if they're looking for a certain look for how they're styling things from a certain era. So if I can grab these, and they're heavy though, so I don't want to pay for them by weight. So I always, if I find one's in good shape, kind of wait around and see if the manager is around, and he basically it's like 50 cents, put it on, that's it. So I grabbed one of those, one audiobook on CD. Wasn't a whole lot for VHS, but there was a sealed Screen Epics version of Ben-Hur. So that wouldn't have picked up, it wasn't sealed, but it was brand new sealed, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Went to another place on the way home, same place where I found all those Warhammer books, and today I found a bunch of Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Again, it was half price day, and so these were a really good deal. I was able to grab like all of these for like 20 something bucks. We have volume 5, 6, 7, 8. I was never really into, Ultimate Spider-Man is a little more past my time. We have Carnage here on volume 11, 12, 17, The Clone Saga, 18. Daredevil on the back. So a lot of them that are sequential, just missing a bunch in between. 19. 20. And 21. So that was worth the grab. Glad I went, and I found one other thing kind of on my way out. They had In With the Dolls, and I believe it's from the late 70s, but this Walt Disney, still with this tag, even though it's a little beat up, Big Al in there with all the stuffed animals and plush and stuff like that. So that was definitely worth a grab, and he's in really good shape with the rubber face and everything. So that was a fantastic find, kind of on my way out, just kind of checking around the kids' stuff. So that was a good cherry on top of the fantastic morning. Just really excited about some of these vintage book finds. These are great. I've been finding a lot of really good books lately. It's so weird. It really does follow just these weird ebbs and flows and these patterns. If you watch a lot of these videos, I go through phases of I'm finding tons of really good VHS finds, like really worth grabbing, and then it's just a dry spell for like months where I find there's nothing there, just Disney clamshells and whatever, months. But then books will pick up, and then I'll go through months of like I'm not finding anything really worth it in books, and it just kind of goes, and it's just fascinating to really see that pattern now that I've been kind of doing this sort of thing for years. And it's just funny how it just keeps going like that. I wonder what's going to be the next wave. I'm finding a lot of really good book finds and some of the comics. So those are going to fizzle out, and maybe it'll be like toys or something. Really excited to see what the rest of the year brings.